right angle triangle geometry. So Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. Now Pythagoras theorem is about a right angle triangle, right? If you have a right angle triangle, this is called hypotenuse and this would be the lengthiest side, right? And other two sides are given as B and C. This is called hypotenuse, this is called base, and this is called perpendicular. Okay, in this case a square is equal to b square plus c square. Everyone knows this, right? Everyone knows this. But what about a triangle where a, b and c are side, a is greater than b and a is greater than c, and I say a square is greater than b square plus c square? Then this would be a obtuse triangle. If a square is greater than b square plus c square, it's an obtuse triangle. What is an obtuse triangle? One of the angles is more than 90 degree. So the shape of this triangle would actually be like this, obtuse triangle, right? See, this angle is greater than 90 degree. This is length A and these are two lengths B and C. Clear? And similarly in a triangle, if in a triangle A is greater than B, A is greater than C, which means A is the lengthiest side, but A square is less than B square plus C square. It is an acute angle triangle, acute angle triangle. All angles are less than 90 degree, right? So the shape would be this. A is the lengthiest side. So don't only remember Pythagoras in terms of a square is equal to b square plus c square. These two also matter. So if I say ratios of sides of a triangle are side A is to side B is to side C is 3 is to 4 is to 6. So what kind of triangle is this? So lengthiest side ka square is 36, right? 36. Lengthiest side is 36, and what is the other two squares? So this is c square. So remaining is 16 square. 16. Yeah. Remaining is 3 square plus 4 square, which is 9 plus 16, which is equal to 25. So c square is greater than b square plus a square, which means it's an obtuse angle triangle. This triangle would be an obtuse angle triangle. Clear? Now I need your concentration for 10 minutes. Something magical is going to happen, right? Pythagoras theorem. Now, whenever we talk about Pythagoras on integers, Pythagoras theorem becomes intriguing, right? So the basic Pythagorean triplet is 3, 4, 5. 3 square plus 4 square is 5 square, right? This is a basic Pythagorean triplet. Now all of you please pay attention, right? So you may not have even thought about it. If I add 2 over here, 8 over here and 8 over here, I get 5, 12, 13. What is 5 square plus 12 square? Is it equal to 13 square? Check it. Right? Similarly, if I add 2 over here and 12 over here, 12 over here, I get 7, 24, 25. Again a Pythagorean triplet. 7 square plus 24 square is 25 square. Have you ever heard something like this, right? Then again, I add 2 over here, 16 over here, 16 over here. I get 9, 40, 41. You don't even need to check. It is going to be a Pythagorean triplet. So it's a sequence of infinite Pythagorean triplet that we are going to get, where the side, left hand side, we are only adding 2 to 2, and the remaining two sides we are adding table of 4 starting with 8. 8, 12, 16. Next would be 2, 20, 20. 2, 20, 20, which is 11, 60, 61. If you are a solver, like I in 9th class, 10th class, I solved a lot of questions. So now I can tell you that I have seen these Pythagorean triplets in form of questions. And my mind is working. See, I am getting Pythagorean triplets starting with odd number 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and so on. And remaining two sides 4 and 5, just pay attention, 12 and 13, 24, 25, 40, 41, 60, 61 have a difference of 1. Have a difference of 1, right? And the beauty is it's an infinite sequence downside. It's an infinite, you can keep it on, keep on rolling, you will keep on getting Pythagorean triplet. But the things that you should always realize why this is a great important sequence, right? Listen to me. Any member you pick up, 3, 4, 5, multiply by any natural number. If I multiply by 2, it is 6, 8, 10. Again a Pythagorean triplet. Multiply by 3, 9, 12, 15, a Pythagorean triplet. Multiply by 4, 12, 16, 20, a Pythagorean triplet. Multiply by 5, 15, 20, 25, again a Pythagorean triplet. And you would have seen all these triplets, 6, 8, 10, 9, 12, 15, 12, 16, 20, 15, 20, 25. I have seen it many a times. So I am writing those important. So pick up the second member and multiply. So if I multiply this by 2, I get 10, 24, 26. I have seen this Pythagorean triplet. So first important part, it's an infinite sequence downside, but every member of this sequence gives you infinite number of Pythagorean triplets again, isn't it? So two infinities together. Have you ever thought like that? Two infinities together. This is it. And whatsoever Pythagorean triplets I have written over here are important Pythagorean triplets. Clear? Nothing, just 2 at one side and 8, 8. It starts with 2, 8, 8, 2, 12, 12, 2, 16, 16, 2, 20, 20. So this side it's a table of 4 starting with 8. Nothing else. ठीक है? अभी खत्म नहीं हुआ है. सुनो अब. Please keep your ear open, right? Keep your eyes open. Listen, you may not have heard about this anywhere in your life. Whatever I am talking today, right? You may make a YouTube video and become famous also. It's your choice, right? I damn care. So now, the Pythagorean triplet, which is starting with a prime number, is unique. The beauty. 3 would have 3, 4, 5. No other Pythagorean starts with 3 as the lowest and other two sides are integers. No. 5, 12, 15, unique, because 5 is a prime number. 7, 24, 25, unique. 7 is a prime number. 9, 40, 41, not unique. 9 is not a prime number. ये रहा 9 का एक और. 9, 12, 15. The beauty. Got it? And I am talking on integers only. All three sides are integers, okay? So please don't take me wrong. Clear? Welcome to the wonderful world of right angle geometry, we call it. It's called right angle geometry. You can do a lot of trigonometry from here also. We don't treat trigonometry as a topic. We treat trigonometry as ratios. Are you getting it? Trigonometry is what? Ratio, right? And then it is defined by angles. This is beautiful. This is classy. But then, suppose in an exam, so we have to, we have to visualize this in terms of any competitive exams, how they frame questions. That is what I'm talking. First is, sir, if I have to get a Pythagorean triplet starting with 13, so do you think that, first is, why do I need a Pythagorean starting with 13? And secondly, sir, if it is a Pythagorean triplet starting with 13, so do I have to write the whole chain? Though it exists, it is very tough to write, isn't it? Secondly, sir, the first member is the smallest member, which is a odd number. These are all odd numbers. Sir, what about Pythagorean triplet starting with even numbers, smaller even numbers? So two problems we have to discuss, right? So now see the magic, right? Suppose you want a Pythagorean triplet starting with 8. Suppose you want a Pythagorean triplet starting with 8. Just pay attention. What is half of 8? What is 4 square? 16. What is a number bigger than 16? What is a number smaller than 16? So 8 square plus 15 square is 17 square. Check kar lo. 8 square plus 15 square is 17 square. Done. Even number ki trick. Six ka half is 3. 3 ka square is 9. Bada number is 10. Chota number is 8. 6, 8, 10. We know it is 6, 8, 10. Pythagorean triplet hai. Right? Suppose you need a Pythagorean triplet starting with 12. Now listen, 12 has one Pythagorean triplet already. Dekho, 12 has a Pythagorean triplet, 12, 16, 20. Now this is where competition exam hits you hard. You think it is 12, 16, 20. Is there any more? There is one more. What is 12 ka half? 6 का स्क्वायर 36 से बड़ा छोटा 12 square plus 35 square is 37 square because 12 is not a prime number. Clear? This is where most of the competitive exams would ask you a question, because it is a connection between numbers and geometry. So wherever there would be a connection between numbers and figures, that is a prospective question. But what do you see over here? I see something amazing again. When it starts with even number 8 or 12, the difference between the remaining two sides is 2. Difference between the remaining two sides is 2. When it started with odd number, difference between the remaining two sides was 1. Agreed? And then don't remember the series. It exists, it is beautiful, but don't remember it. What is the trick if you have an odd number? So if I have 7 as a one of the smallest side of a triangle. So what are the remaining two sides? Dekhna dhyan se. What is 7 square? Right? What is 49 ka half? 24.5. A number bigger than 24.5? 25. Smaller? Mil gaya? 7 square plus 24 square is 25 square. 7 square plus 24 square is 25 square. So you don't need to remember the series as well. Awesome. See, so any Pythagorean triplet starting with 11 would be 11 ka square 121, right? So what is 121 ka half? 60.5. The bigger number is 61, smaller number is 60. So 11 square plus 60 square is 61 ka square. Clear? Now as an examiner, I can test you on this, right? Because if there is geometry, either you have to have this classic logic on right angle triangles, or you need to be very good with algebra equations. I can go for a killing, I can kill you all with this because I know something that you never knew, but today you also know it, right? So see the question I am going to frame, right? And you would yourself realize that this is what you need, right? You don't need to write a question, just listen to me. A ladder leans against a vertical wall of side 8 meters, right? So I am making it, don't worry. This is a ladder which is leaning against a vertical wall of side 8. Now you know 8 is given to you. I know that I have one side. Now I can play upon this. Listen, फिर मैं question में क्या बोलता हूँ? A ladder leans against a vertical wall of side 8 meters. When I take the bottom of the ladder 2 meters away from the wall, the top of the ladder falls to the foot of the wall. So what is happening is, see, if I take this bottom 2 meters away, the top of the ladder falls to the foot of the wall, right? So what is happening is, this is 8 only, so this is dimension, this is, I have taken it 2 meters away, so now this is the ladder.
This is 17. Ladder is 15.
This is 15, this is 17. The question is, what is the length of the ladder? So I am asking you, what is the length of the ladder? So now you should also know that one side is 8, remaining two sides have to be found. One way is fixing up a Pythagorean triplet. Either you fix 8, 6, 10. If you fix 8, 6 and 10, in this case if I take it 2 meters away, 6 plus 2 is 8. The top of the ladder won't fall to the bottom of the wall. It would be this kind of a scenario, right? But if I take this as a Pythagorean triplet, 8, 15, 17, and I take it 2 meters away, 15 plus 2 is 17. ये पूरी जो ladder है, the whole ladder would come down. That is how I frame the questions, right? If somebody who doesn't know Pythagoras theorem, he has to be good at algebra. See this, algebra wise also you can solve it. I love algebra. So if a person who is a good solver, you see, I am good at mathematics because I was a good solver. Very simple. It was not that there is a problem. If there is a problem, there is a solution. Alright, that is what my logic was with mathematics. So when I saw this question, at that time, I was very good at algebra. So this is what I did. I said, yeah, let the length of the ladder be x. So I know what is this going to be. This is going to be under root of x square minus 64. Pythagoras theorem, right? And then if I take it 2 meters away, so now it is x square under root of x square minus 64 plus 2 is equal to x. I solved it, I got my answer then also. Because options are given, you are good at squares, we have done squaring, right? Option se kar leta, so be it would have worked. So then if you are not good at Pythagorean geometry, then this is the solution. But it requires a lot of visualization. Clear hai? Ladder will fall means what? The top of the ladder would fall to the foot of the wall. 15 plus 2 is 17. ये ladder पूरी नीचे बिछ जाएगी भाई. ये वाला टॉप जो है ladder का वो नीचे नहीं आ जाएगा. ये ladder की लेंथ कितनी है? 17. ये कितना हो गया? 15 जमा 2 17. तो पूरी ladder नीचे बिछ जाएगी. तो टॉप जो है वो यहीं आ जाएगा ना फिर. क्लियर है? So this is Pythagoras theorem at its best. I hope you have enjoyed it, guys. Now going to the problem, right? I haven't done any problem on area for the specific reason because it is dependent upon Pythagoras only. So this is one question that has come in UPSC. He says 6, 8 and then he draws a perpendicular x. x का dimension क्या है? What is dimension of x? Oh, 48 upon, yeah, 4.8. UPSC question, not my question. No, because you know when nothing works, that superficial results. It is perpendicular. आई एम टेलिंग यू ना, व्हेन नथिंग वर्क्स, वो पढ़ती थी, हमने लगा दी, वो 5 5 5 कर दिया और बात खत्म. बिकॉज हाफ द हाइपोटेन्यूज हमें कुछ याद है क्या वो नहीं पता. हाफ द हाइपोटेन्यूज याद है, isn't it? That is how it works. But that is half known result again. Half cooked rice is never good. बड़ा सिंपल सा लॉजिक है. देखो फिगर्स को देखने का तरीका ही यूपीएससी भी विजुलाइज कर रही है. व्हाट इज द थर्ड साइड बाय पाइथागोरस? इट इज 10. व्हाट इज एरिया? हाफ 6 into 8. If you visualize this as a perpendicular, base would be 10. It is visualization. अगर तुम इसको बेस मानते हो तो ये हाइट हो जाएगा, which is equal to half x into 10. ये बात थी. If you take this as a perpendicular, your base would be 10. So area is either 6 into 8, half 6 into 8, or half 10 x into 10, half base into height. दोनों सेम ही है. लो आगे आंसर. x is equal to 4.8. That is a half cooked rice, I'm telling you, because you are not able to connect what was what. And that is why most of the people, with CSAT classes, they say basic knowledge है sir, कर लेंगे. You don't have basic knowledge. Because basic knowledge, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th is a huge mathematics. It is ultimately huge mathematics. Alright, one more. So Arnav has a triangle in his mind. Has a triangle in his mind. Area है उस triangle का 80 and length of one of the sides is 10. Length of second side is 20. What is the length of the third side? Now Arnav has a triangle in his mind. The area is 20. Area is 80. One side is 10. Another is 20. What is the dimension of the third side? You take Karan sir से one class Zoom session. All of you should attend that. I think these small issues ना जो हैं ये सारे sort out हो जाएंगे. If this question comes in your paper, do inform me. It is overdue. Because I know most of you would be doing Heron's formula and killing yourself. Because you cannot solve that equation. If you assume the third side to be x and apply Heron's formula. So I was very specific. I said 2 times Heron's formula is only when you are given 3 sides of a triangle. Do not use it anywhere else, you would get killed. Why? Because if you say 80 is equal to under root of s into s minus a, s minus b, s minus c, it would be a biquadratic equation degree 4. You cannot solve it in your dreams also. Then also it won't work. No, there is no formula. This is a 9th class question. They require you to make a triangle. Make a triangle. बहुत बड़ा गलती कर रहे हो if you don't make the figure. Once you make the figure, things would actually automatically come into shape. 10, 20, the third side. Right? So 20, 10. What is area? Area is half base 20 into height h is equal to 80. Cancel, cancel. Height is equal to 8. 8 कर लेते हैं, ठीक है. Once you take height as 8, देखना इधर guys. If this is 8, this is 8, this is 10, what would be this? Pythagoras लगा दो 6. Pythagorean triplet 6. हाँ, अगर वो 6 है तो ये 14 नहीं बनेगा. 20 माइनस 6 इज 14. अगर ये 14 है और ये 8 है तो ये कितना हो जाएगा? अंडर रूट ऑफ 14 स्क्वायर प्लस 8 स्क्वायर, रूट 260. आंसर. Pythagoras is amazing. You think this question can come? Yes, it is highly probable. Because they are giving these kind of questions. Nobody is going to have a logic to draw a figure. We'll do it, don't do it. I can give you so many on Pythagorean that you just cannot imagine the dimensions. Okay, first of all, I am crazy about it. Secondly, because I used to love it, so I have solved so many questions, you just cannot imagine. Now the problem is I cannot teach you similarity with it, because similarity has never ever come. Otherwise, you know, Pythagorean becomes amazing with similarity. But you know, whole geometry is killed because I cannot teach you in trigono, I cannot teach you similarity. Otherwise, it could have taken me 3 sessions. But after that, your plane geometry, 3D geometry is going to be like, oof. But then, you know, most of you know that obviously you would say कि sir आता ही नहीं तो करवाना क्यों? So I wish कि one day they, you know, they experiment on geometry. Is it okay? चलेगा? अब देखो, see the world, right? See, he wants you to visualize a triangle. Now important part is, see, I made 20 lengthier than 10. Someone who is good at mathematics would always try to figure out the shapes. I kept 20 down. Lengthier side should always be down. How do you get it? I have practiced a lot, so I know. I can do it by 10 also. 10 base, I can do it that way also. But then it would be an obtuse triangle. This is an obtuse triangle. Isn't it? So I won't get into it. So this is the way it is, right? फिर वो ज्योमेट्री में see, I can make so many shapes on Pythagoras because my whole intention is Pythagoras. So suppose this is a square, side 2, right? So suppose guys, all of you, this is a square, side 2. I fold it once, I fold it twice, and I get a square again. No, this is not a square, right? I get a square again. Huh? And then I chuck off a triangle from here. So if I had scissors, so it could have been better. Anyone having scissors? Chalo, anyhow. So I chuck off a triangle from here. Yeah, ठीक है, चलेगा. Right? And I then open it up. I just open it up. I get an octagon, right? So that's good. See, what I've done is I have a square of side 2. I folded once, I folded twice, and I chucked off a triangle, right? I chucked off a triangle. And this figure now that I got is a regular octagon. So I am proclaiming the figure that I've got over here is a regular octagon. क्या है ये? Regular octagon. Find the dimension of the octagon, side of the octagon. बनाओ, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. It is when you are not good at algebra, then you would be doing this. It is such a symmetric figure. First of all, agar I want to get a regular octagon, definitely this side is x, this would also be x. Symmetrically, this is x, this is also x, yes. है ना? If this is so, so this would be 2 minus 2x. Right? And Pythagoras के हिसाब से this side would be root x. है ना? देखो ये x है, this is x, so this would be root 2x. ना ना, हो ही नहीं सकता, possible ही नहीं. नो इश्यूज, कोई बात नहीं, तुम्हें आदत नहीं है, हमें आदत है एक्चुअली. इट्स नॉट योर फॉल्ट. ठीक है, पाइथागोरस अप्लाई किया एंड देन तो इट्स इजी. रूट ऑफ 2x इज इक्वल टू 2 माइनस 2x. कम ऑन, व्हाई? बिकॉज इट इज अ रेगुलर ऑक्टागन, सो दिस साइड वुड बी इक्वल टू दिस साइड. Regular octagon means all sides are equal, right? So find x. So this is going to be root of x plus root 2x is equal to 2. So your x comes out to be 2 upon root 2 plus 2. But again the question is, what is the dimension of the side of the octagon? Dimension of the side of the octagon is root of 2 times x. So root of 2 times x would be 2 root 2 upon root 2 plus 2, which is 2 upon 1 plus root 2. ये लीजिए आंसर. And I'm telling you, I'm not doing anything. I can give you 16 more questions like this, but you know, I doubt that UPSC is going to go to that level of creativity. It's more of a connection, that's it. And now you can imagine if I connected with right angle, triangle, trigonometry and similarity, after that what dimensions this triangles have, you cannot imagine. Clear है? But you don't need it right now. With 12-13 years of exams, I have realized that they are not asking, they are asking Pythagoras, so I am doing Pythagoras. This is Pythagoras at its best. Multiply root 2x से किया 2 root 2 upon root 2 plus 1, divide numerator and denominator by root 2. So 2 upon 1 plus root 2. Clear guys? And you are attending, so I'll ask Karan to give you a Zoom session on Saturday or Sunday or any of the day where you can do basic geometry. Especially people those who have left maths after 10th class, so it is good that you should understand what are alternate angles, what are corresponding angles, what are parallel lines, right, what are orthocenter, incenter, circumcenter, ये सारी चीजें तुम्हें पता होनी चाहिए. Clear है? चला जाए बढ़ा जाए अब आगे. So this was all about triangles. I won't touch anything other than this because I haven't seen anything other than this, right?